Hi everyone, Nick Kretikos of Nick's Seasonal Decor, and first and foremost, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I actually took time to unplug. Yesterday it was a beautiful day. We got to spend some time together. We ended the night with watching a movie, and of course we ate tons of delicious food. Also let me know if you guys want to see some of Yaya's recipes and some of her cooking videos. We've done several in the past, and that's something that we really wanted to start, but we just couldn't find the time. So, now that, she is cooking a lot, I can take you guys with me. For those of you that follow me on Instagram, you may have seen my Instagram stories. And some of you guys swiped up saying we need more Yaya cooking. So if that's what you want to see, definitely give this video a thumbs up. And with that being said, if you are catching the replay, let me know. I always like when you guys let me know that you're catching the replay because it, helps me see who comes back and watches our videos later, lets me know where people are from so I can kind of, test different times to go live. So let me know where you're from. That way we can kind of plan accordingly. The first thing I want to make, and tonight is going to be a crafting night. I didn't design last night, so tonight I have to get started and create tons. Christmas is still a good distance away, and now that today is the day after Christmas, tons of people are going to be in Christmas mode. Lots of my friends and lots of, our family friends, they do not think about Christmas until the day after Thanksgiving. They take it one holiday at a time. So now's the time we really got to crank some beauties out. So with that being said, too, the wreath community is open today. So you can head to nicksseasonaldecor.com and join us there. We do between 16 and 18 tutorials a month. On top of that, we do critiques, which we're going to be posting about tomorrow. So if you would like your design being critiqued by yours truly, you can sign up before tomorrow and you'll be included in the critique. So what a critique is not only do I critique for design skills, but I also critique for photography skills. So there's tons of content in that group, and we weren't planning about opening that until, mid to late spring, which we are going to do again. But since we've created so many beautiful Christmas designs this year, I would hate for everybody to miss out. So that's why we're opening up for this weekend and this weekend only. So the first thing is this lantern. So we're actually going to be designing with two of these in the wreath community next week. We're going to be doing some tabletop centerpieces with them. But what I thought I would do today is create a candle ring arrangement. So these were $12.99 from a store called Ocean State Job Lot. Let me know if you've heard of it. I feel like a lot of people don't know about it or just drive by it. And if you're one of those people, definitely stop because they have some great finds. I mean, $13 for this thing. So we're going to start with a pre-made wreath, and we have these in stock. They have the pine cones, the mixed greenery, the eucalyptus in varying forms, the cypress, the pine, all sorts of greenery on this. So it's a nice base to start with. Item number of XW0146. We're going to spruce this up literally and figuratively with some berries and some additional greenery. So the first greenery we're going to work in is this one. This one we have in smaller form, unless that has sold out. I know we had it in a much smaller form. Item number of XV002. And we're just going to break some pieces down. I wanted to work this in because this kind of has a lime green, kind of chartreusey color to it, which I think is going to pair nicely with some of the other things we're going to work in. Okay. So another thing about the wreath community is you get immediate access to every single video that we have ever done in the group from October 2017 to today. We're going to have a new tutorial out later this evening. So you get access to every video as opposed to buying our tutorials individually, which can get quite costly. We do $14.99 videos versus the flat monthly rate that you'd pay. Yeah, I really like working that in. Doesn't that look pretty? Okay, so that's one spray's worth. Let's work in some more. Can you guys see me and hear me okay? Thumbs up if you can. So after this, I can't wait to see how this turns out. I don't want to jump the gun. But after this, we have a couple wreaths planned out. So I want you guys to let me know tomorrow night, just as a heads up for those of you that, may be thinking about tuning in. But tomorrow night, my plan is to create a red velvet tree topper. So who's excited to see a tree topper? So we're going to teach you guys how to make it by hand. And I love creating velvet anything. Velvet is my favorite ribbon. And this year so far, I think we used about, I don't know, gosh, well over 700 yards so far. Tomorrow we're going to start our fresh reads. We're going to teach members how to create some kissing balls and other fresh decorative pieces, because now it's time for our local customers to kind of take advantage of all of our fresh beauties. So we did stop sending out fresh centerpieces. Tomorrow is the last day for shipping. We did stop them, but I know some of you guys have been emailing and texting us asking if we are doing greenery bundles. So I don't know. We haven't put much thought into it, but we still have tons of fresh greenery, and that could be a possibility if you guys want to see some fresh greenery boxes, which just greenery. All right, that's enough. I don't want to work in any more of this. We used 2 sprays, I believe. And look at how that dramatically changed the look of it. Doesn't that look so lush and so full? Hi, Eleanor. How's everyone doing tonight? So it wouldn't be winter unless we worked in some berries. So this would work from today all the way through, March, especially in colder regions. So here we have some of these iced berry sprays, item number of XX195624. So I'm not really using or incorporating this lantern into the design, but I'm just going to show you guys what it looks like afterwards. But another thing you can do too is you can use hurricane vases. If you've seen those, they're just big glass vases. You can actually get them from the dollar store. You can put a pillar style candle in the middle. You can also use a lantern, like a miniature tall lanky lantern. That would be pretty as well. So we broke down 1 berry spray. Let's work this in and see if we need to add any more. So we'll just place them wherever we see fit. I want to keep these nice and close. I don't want this design to be too, kind of loose. So after this, I want you guys to tell me, should we make a pomegranate wreath next, or should we make a teal and red wreath? So let me know which of those sounds good to you. And that's not going to be enough berries, so we'll just work in a second spray. And if you ever have a little white styrofoam piece from where a berry broke off, which happens, of course, they're just styrofoam. Just take a scrap stem, add a little hot glue, and pull off a berry that's lower in the design or lower in the spray. That way you don't notice that. Come back in with another berry spray. And I think we're going to work them individually. That way it's not super bulky with the berries. Just continue rotating it. How's my audio, you guys? I have a freshly charged mic tonight. Take another berry spray, place it there. And another one over here. And we have 1 final berry spray. I don't want to break into a third. That is more than enough berries for me. Any more than this, not saying it would look ugly. It won't look ugly by any means. But at that point, you might as well just use a cheap form, so that you don't have to, spend as much. But look at how full and luscious that looks. So now I think I want to add one more thing, and you guys can let me know. Hi, Danae. Pomegranate wreath would be nice. How many of you got your text? If you haven't texted me yet, definitely do so. We're putting together more mystery boxes, so if you would like one, be sure to text me. That way you don't miss out. Monday, early Monday, me and Alex are going to be downstairs in the studio, my original studio, and what we're going to be doing is putting together as many mystery boxes as we can put together. We have tons of things downstairs. I haven't used any of it since I've been here, and my logic is if I haven't noticed that I haven't had it, I'm not going to miss it if it goes. So I want you guys to have the potential of getting some great quality stuff. You know, everything in the basement is stuff that I've collected over the years. I forgot to tell you guys the item number for this. It is XS9725. We used this for the first time the other night in the wreath community. I forget what we made, but Monday night we created a beautiful berry wreath with kind of a netting ribbon. But I think this is tying together the ice crystals from the berries really nicely. And these you can have as sporadic and sticking out as far as you would like, you know, because they're not too weighty. I mean, here I am making this as a table centerpiece, but truth be told, I think this would look beautiful as a wreath. You can put this on a pantry door or, you know, a smaller door just to accent it. You know, this is definitely size appropriate for the interior of your home. You guys have heard me talk about that for years now. I don't love large clunky wreaths on the inside of my house. Outside, that's a different story. But the inside, I don't want it to be too thick and too bulky and, you know, too much. So something like this would definitely be my speed for the inside. You know, towards my basement. My studio is downstairs, so this is something that would look nice on that door. Okay, a few more twigs. And then you guys can tell me if we need to work in a second spray. And I think we will. I think it needs it. Just taking the few remaining tiny pieces and poking them in. Like that. So let's break down a second spray. And these are really pretty. Almost 500 of you guys would love a mystery box. Thank you so much. And thank you for spreading this video. I see those coming through. I don't think we'll need the whole thing. So let's start with a little bit. And we'll go from there. Oh, I also forgot to say that I think this wreath frame is 18 inches. It probably says on the web, well, it definitely says on the website. So somebody can let me know if possible, if it's 18 inches or if it's 14. I'm thinking it's 18. Okay, a couple more pieces and we're done. With this, at least. We still have more designs to create. And there's the candle. I would love a mystery box. Didn't that turn out pretty? What do you think? Monica would love one. Christmas is time, you know, for giving. So we got plenty of stuff. Isn't that pretty? All right, so that's how this wreath turned out. Moving on to the next. Okay, so we're going to be using a smaller frame. This frame came from Michael's. It was only $3 or so, and I think they're doing that special. I don't know, maybe it ended. We got this while I was doing a tour of Michael's. How many of you seen that tour? But we haven't worked with a smaller evergreen form in a very long time, so I figured it'd be fitting to work with a smaller frame. So this frame I do want to fluff out. Lately we've been kind of becoming lazy designers where we don't need to fluff it as much. Years ago, I would sit there and I would pull every single branch. I don't have that in me anymore. Light fluffing to get the overall shape and make sure it doesn't look wonky is enough. You don't have to go overboard. So pull those branches apart. Open them up. But yes, the Wreath community is open until Monday. So we're closing the group Monday, and then I'm thinking the next time we open it up won't be till like April. So this is kind of like the last chance. And for those of you asking where can I sign up, you can go to nicksseasonaldecor.com under Wreath community. And you'll have access. I know lots of you have been asking about the snowman design or the lantern, teardrop swag. All of those videos have already been posted for your viewing pleasure. All right, that's enough fluffing for me. So we're going to use a standard size sign. Mystery box winner, I would sure like to be one. So this sign says Merry Christmas, and I thought it was really cute, so we're going to use it tonight. It has that beautiful icy teal blue, and I've been in love with that blue for a couple of years now, especially when paired with red and white. So we got to staple the sign in place. And then we'll take, the item number is AP7024. We'll staple it down below. Give it a couple good staples to make sure it's not going anywhere. Okay, now we can come back to our wreath. So we'll place it offset because we are going to create a large bow. Place it there, and we'll secure it above. So who's excited for the tree topper tomorrow? I think that'll be fun. We haven't done one in a long, long time. Signs in place. Time for a bow. So the ribbon I've chosen, this is a new ribbon. Well, this ribbon we've had for a while, but it's new to me. I haven't worked with it yet, and I'm excited to try it out. So the item number for this is RG0189302. And it's a 2.5-inch velvet with black trim. So that ribbon would also work for Valentine's Day, which we'll probably end up using it. Then we got this one, which actually I have a open roll. One sec. Might as well use the open roll. This was from a kit we did together the other day, and it's a Swiss dot. Isn't that pretty? Would love a mystery box, says Carol. Yeah. So comment down below. We'll give some time for our replayers to comment. Item number of RGC1156H1. And we'll just create a bow using both of these. So we'll start with the 2.5-inch. We'll create a loop. Let's see if I want to do a funky bow. Do I want to do a funky bow, you guys? I don't think so. I don't think I want to do a funky bow. So we'll do loops about 3 inches or so. It doesn't have to be really big. We are dealing with a smaller frame today. We'll do 2 loops. On either side. Then we'll snip it off. Come back in with the blue. And then do 2 more on either side. They don't have to be as big. I'm saying about 3 inches or so. 2.5 inches or so. Like that. And then I can decide if I want to come back in. You guys can let me know. Should I come back in with 1 loop of the red and black in the middle? I think I like that. Do you guys like that? Yes or no? Hi, Lisa. Nice to see you. Do you guys like the the black and red in the middle, I think that'll finish it off. So we'll cut off the blue ribbon. Always leave a little bit of an overhang. And then we'll come back in with our final piece of the red, which is going to be our little button loop. So we don't need much. That's even too much. See if that looks good to me. That looks good. So we'll snip that off here. Maybe a little bit smaller. Like that. So now what we can do is cut our long tails. So I'll cut 2 tails about 20 inches on either side, about 24 inches on either side. They don't have to be exact. And then I cut a set of tails of the blue as well. And secure it all together with a red pipe cleaner. Pamela would love a free mystery box. Yeah, so this weekend too, we're sending out some freebies with some orders. So we have a lot of 4-inch ribbon and a few other goodies too for everybody. I don't know why I forgot to announce that, but you know, some of you guys will be receiving some extra stuff with your orders at nicksseasonaldecor.com. I can't wait to see what you guys do with them. So we'll secure that here. Fluff it open, but before we really give it all our might to fluff, I'm going to pull our long tails down. And then we can decide if we want to curl those. For the time being, I like to just curl them to get them out of the way, but we don't have to have them curled once we display it. I know some of you guys don't like your tails curled, and let me know, do you like your tails curled? I know lots of you guys don't. Okay, we'll curl this one. Oop, I just lost that loop. You know what we're going to do? Watch this. So for those of you that panic, there's no reason to. I'm just going to slab some hot glue in the middle of my bow. And hot glue that right in place. The rest of the bow is secured. That loop I just kind of folded over. But the amount of hot glue I just worked inside, that'll keep it in place. So that's what that looks like so far. Hi, Carlin. So fun. Those colors are adorable together. I think so too. I like these colors together. All right, time to come back in with more. All right, so we'll keep this wreath very budget friendly. If you have some scrap ribbon, you can put it to use. If you have some, leftover greenery and sprays, you can put it to use. I'm not going to add any additional greenery to this, which is not like me. Usually I like to spruce up my basic pine evergreen forms, but you don't always have to do that. So something like this, it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg, which means you can give them as gifts to people without spending a small fortune. You can make a bunch of them and give them away to anybody if you want. So I just broke down 2 of these sprays. I forgot to tell you what the item number is. It is XS956027. I always want to say, instead of zeros, I always want to say O's. Always. That's how we say like our phone numbers and stuff. I don't know if that's true for other parts of the country, but anytime stores ask you for your number, it's always O. So let's work in some of these. And then we have some really cool sprays that we can add to this too, so stick around. We got some Hobby Lobby sprays. I was so happy to get some because my Hobby Lobby has nothing left. I don't know about you guys, but my Hobby Lobby has nothing. I went last week, 2 weeks ago maybe now at this point, and I had nothing. Literally nothing. So just taking these, placing them throughout, making sure that the angle is somewhat similar to the last one. That way it has this flow to it. I want that flow. Yeah, many people give their phone number that way? Okay, good. Okay. How many of you guys Black Friday shopped today? We didn't buy anything. We used to. Back when I had a lot more friends, I used to go Black Friday shopping. Now, I really have no reason to go. We used to go to the malls and stuff. I don't know, it still scares me to be surrounded with that many people. You know, I'm not a germaphobe or anything, but I don't like being constrained with so many people. Just like, you know, always the night before Thanksgiving is always crazy at bars. And I don't know, there's just sometimes too many people and it stresses me out. I don't like too many people anywhere. I feel like a canned sardine. Okay, a couple more individual little pieces. Poke that one there, pull that one down a little bit. And then we'll take this final one and place it towards the sign. Okay, so that's what it looks like after adding some of those snowballs. But up next, we have some of these, which I'm really excited about adding. We could add red berries, but I think these are really cool. So these I got from Hobby Lobby. Aren't those cool? No shopping for Gloria. So these were $4.99, and they're like little ornaments, but they're like fabric balls. And it looks like it's like stitched. It's really cool. So I'll break a few of these down. And we'll do one more to start. If we need more, we can work in more. Okay, let's work in these now. So I'll just dip them in our glue skillet. And I want these sticking out a good distance. When you do it that way, what ends up happening is you create a design that seems a lot larger than it actually is. So it's all about the illusion, you guys. You don't have to be, you know, cutting your stems super long. If you just stick them around the perimeter, you know, an inch or two out, you get that look without having to use tons more product. Another one there. And then around the bow, I'll just stick one sticking out on that side so that we have that illusion that, you know, it's continuous. Don't forget about behind your bows. You know, just because you're not going to see every nook and cranny, you know, it's still important to stick a few pieces behind them and underneath the tails as well. That way you have that cohesive look. So I'll take one more and I'll finish it off here. And you often hear me talk about the word depth, and that's what we're going to do next. So right now what we have with these ornaments is they're all in like one big circle. I don't want that look and I don't like that look. So I want to have a few more pieces. Let's see. A few more pieces sticking more so towards the inside. Is this going to work? I'm just going to cut this one short. I don't care. It'll still work. So by taking some of these, and I'll poke one here, and I'll take another one, and look what I'm going to do with this one. I'm going to stick it kind of covering the sign a little bit. And another one we'll place right there. Let's see, is this in place? You can also take some of that greenery too, you guys, and just bend it around the stems. That'll keep them in place. Okay, what do you think? Second wreath or second design complete. Didn't that turn out kind of cute? Something simple, something easy, something not overly expensive. All right, second wreath done. The next wreath, I forgot to bring up a grapevine, but I think we still can make it work. We're going to create a pomegranate wreath. So we'll just open up our evergreen form again. Oh, thank you. So just to recap, just because the Wreath community is a paid group does not mean that changes anything for you guys. It's always a question that, one, I fear, and two, I get asked whenever we open up our group. You know, my goal from day one has always been to inspire as many people as possible, regardless of their budget. You know, we do a lot of free tutorials, if not, you know, every night, every other night. You know, teaching you guys how to create designs. So don't think that's ever going to change. That has been my goal since day one. You know, if that ever does change, it's because Nick's Seasonal Decor doesn't exist anymore, which I don't ever see happening. But that's like the last thing that'll change is free content. So I'm well aware that not everybody is able to join the group, and I just want to make it known that that won't change anything with you guys at all. We will continue to always do free content. It's what I enjoy, you know, just as much as the Wreath community. You know, teaching people how to create easy and expensive designs, dollar store designs, you name it. The love is just the same. So just know that, you guys, there's no difference, you know, when we open up the group or when we design with the group. The group's been around since October 2017. So if something was to change, you guys would have noticed that by now. But it's just a possibility and an option for people that want to, you know, perfect the art of wreath making, you know, learn tips and tricks that I've learned over the years, perfect their craft, and create the designs that we create. That's, you know, that's the intent with the group. So now that we have this fluffed open, we can start working in some of our products. So I'm going to hold off on the pomegranates for the time being because I do have this greenery, which I have yet to work with. And I think we just got this in. The item number is PF1742. We have a lot more ribbon, signs. We have some cardinal stuff coming next week that we reordered that sold out, those cardinal ribbons that you guys loved. And we can do some winter designs. So I'll just break this down. I'm going to break down a couple to start off with. I know it's going to take a couple. Here's our second. Oh, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. No matter what, Nick is a great teacher in all his groups. You guys are the best. So we'll snip these off. I'm hungry today, you guys. What did you guys eat? Oh, maybe I'll make a Thanksgiving leftover sandwich. I think that would be good. So we broke down two, and we'll just cover our wreath frame with this. I want to place these, you know, a good distance sticking out too. My original process was going to be using an 18-inch grapevine. Oh, I picked up a 24-inch wreath too to design on, you guys. I can't wait to do that this week. You know, we did one in the group early this year. We're going to do a Christmas version now. Now that we have our tree done, which you guys will see the full reveal in the next couple of days for the main 12-foot tree. But I want to do a wreath that matches that 12-foot tree. So I'll use some of those green ornaments and some other cool things. Some of the ribbon. So we're just filling in with this greenery. And this is a form of eucalyptus as well. You know, we have like 15 different types of eucalyptus. It's one of my favorites. And when I had the opportunity to get some for you guys, I snagged it because I love it. Okay, we are going to need to break down one more spray. We're not going to add any bows to this. We're not going to add anything fancy. And this morning, if you guys don't mind me doing me a favor, can you guys go check out the most recent video I posted? It's like 5 minutes long. It's actually a fast forward version last night that I worked on of creating a Christmas centerpiece from last year. It was a Facebook Live. You know, I know not everybody loves Facebook Lives. And even if you do love watching them, let me know what you guys thought about that video. So go check that out after this, because I edited that video that was like 30-ish minutes down to 5, and I think we kind of encapsulated all of the important tips that I give in it. And it's just something simpler for people to watch. You know, if you're on a time crunch and you want quick knowledge, so your feedback is always appreciated. And again, to recap, that is not going to change anything with our lives. We will still continue to do them. Okay. I think that's going to be our final piece. We still have 2 pieces left that we can work in, and I don't want to save it, so I'll place one there, and I'll place one here. Wow, look at how pretty that looks just with the greenery on it. I love that. Okay, Pomegranate Thyme. These we have in our shop. These are $4.99. And these are flying out. Sorry, I think I just hit the mic, but we still have tons left. So the item number is EC8247. And now's the time when you really start seeing pomegranates available in stores. And I love the taste of them, but I'm going to, be honest. I love the taste of fresh pomegranates, but like those palm seeds you can get, they're already cleaned. You can buy pomegranate seeds in like a little clear cup. I do not like those. And the reason I don't like them is I think they just taste like alcohol to me, like hand sanitizer or something. So let me know if you agree with me on that. But, a freshly cracked open pomegranate, that's a different story. So this is somewhat of like a Williamsburg wreath without all of the different fruits, but in Williamsburg, they do a lot of fruit wreaths, and I remember watching videos on it while I was in floral school, and I don't know, all of that history and the way they do things, I love. But this is just a simple pomegranate one, no other fruit. But you can stick apples, you can do, berries. And in Williamsburg, they do actual fruit, like real live fruit, not live, but fresh fruit, which is really cool. If you haven't checked out those wreaths, definitely check them out. I want to do a fresh greenery one covered with fresh green and red apples. So if you guys want to see a fresh wreath done with it, please let me know, because I'm dying to do that. And I think you guys will think it's pretty cool too. But what I'm doing right here, see how I used an evergreen frame, you guys? You can do exactly what I'm doing here for spring, summer, fall. That greenery, those 3 sprays or 3 bushes that we worked in, that's the perfect amount for a starting base on an evergreen form. So you can come back in with lemons, all sorts of goodies. Don't just have to use pomegranates. But from a distance, these look like apples, or they look like just ornaments, which looks really nice. And organic, no glitz, no glam, just beautiful fruit. Here's our final piece, but I do want to work in one more spray. Right there, it needs a little bit more. So we'll take one more. And what a simple wreath, right? That looks so full and pretty and beautiful. I love it. Love it already. Is it fresh? No, but doesn't that look fresh? The greenery on this looks so fresh. So I don't really want to lift it because, we do have heavy pomegranates that are drying on it. But you guys got the effect. Doesn't that look great? You could even stick a lantern in the middle of it. Probably not this one, but you could. All right. So that's going to wrap up today's live. We are going to be creating a couple more projects tomorrow, including a tree topper. So make sure to tune in tomorrow night. If you want to be alerted, text me. You can text me to the number 978-396-9150 to be alerted whenever we go live. So again, Wreath Community is open. We do between 16 and 18 tutorials each month. Plus we do critiques. We're working on more 101s. Next month, Alex is actually going to be doing her color, demo in the group as well. Alex went to school and, learned a lot about colors and trends and stuff, due to being a fashion major, as well as I did too in floral school. We learned a lot about colors. So we're going to be doing a little crash course on the color wheel and, the color theory and kind of foolproof color combos and all of that. You guys can learn more and purchase our supplies at nicksseasonaldecor.com. Group closes Monday until April. So if you want to be, a member of the group, you can join before then. That way you don't miss out on all of our Christmas beauties and all of the beauties we've done thus far. So that's one wreath. Here's the second wreath, which I love. Isn't that pretty? And we did a third wreath. What did I do with it? Here it is. And our third wreath. So make sure to follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'll see you all tomorrow. So love you guys. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. Let me know your thoughts, and I love you guys. So see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.